This is how you're going to feel when the person that you're with brings out your divine feminine or your divine masculine. I'll start first and then we'll move to the divine masculine and how he feels when he's in a relationship with a divine feminine. When you're in your divine femininity because your partner is in his masculine and he's bringing that out in you, you are going to feel so restful and so safe. It may be the first time ever that you feel like you can rest. When I lay my head on his shoulder, it's like all my cares slip away and I'm in another world of just complete rest and peace. So he's definitely going to bring out those peaceful feelings. In fact, you may feel tired a lot. I know for the first month or so we were together, I slept a lot when I was at his house. Anytime I nuzzle my face in his chest, I fall right to sleep. So there's going to be, for you as a woman, just a lot of rest and peace and relaxation. You're also going to feel really, really safe. So your body's not going to feel butterflies. Butterflies are your nervous system being dysregulated, telling you that the person that you're with is toxic or there's some red flags. When you're with somebody who's in his divine masculinity and it's a safe person and it's a good relationship, you're going to feel super safe. You're never going to question. You're never going to wonder about what he's doing. You never have to feel like you need to be researching, busting out your PI skills to figure out what is actually happening. You're always just going to feel super reassured and confident. You're also going to feel very childlike. So you're going to be able to laugh like you did when you were a child. It's going to bring out your feelings of dependency on him. And I know that that may sound weak in the feminist world that we live in, but for the first time ever, or maybe in a very long time, you're going to feel so safe that it's going to bring out kind of like a childlike dependence on like a daddy. And that is why there's a daddy acronym for a man that is in his divine masculine, because as a woman, you finally feel like he's going to protect you and he's going to take care of all of the things that have caused you stress, that cause you worry. He's so invested in making your life easier that you do become kind of dependent on him in a good way, though, in a very healthy way. You're choosing to be dependent. You can also feel submissive, and I've made videos on this before, which I'll tag below, but when you're with a divine masculine, no matter how strong of a woman you are, you will fall into a more submissive role, meaning you defer to him to lead. You are okay with him making big decisions. You are okay with him driving the car. You are okay with him giving his opinion on matters, and then you will weigh those carefully with other opinions. You look to him to be a sounding force in your life that grounds you emotionally. So when you're in emotional upheaval or turbulence, his grounding divine masculine brings you back to a place of clarity, brings you back to a place of assurance. And also, when you're having those chaotic emotional moments, a man in his divine masculine can hold all of those emotions and allows you to ride the waves of divine feminine emotions, which are sacred and you're allowed to have them and you should be able to go through them, and he understands and respects that, and he allows you to go through them, and then he's a soft place for you to land. He's a secure place for you to look to when you're ready to start making decisions around the matter and not necessarily feel all the emotions. Talking about intimacy also, when you're with a man who's in his divine masculine, you are going to be ready to receive. So much of feminine culture is centered around pleasing a man, being desirable in that setting. But when you're with a man who makes you feel so safe and calm, you can just lay back and receive in those intimate moments. And he is all about making you feel good. That empowers him. That is desirable for him. That is his number one priority. It is not about you showing up as this thing he's fantasized about. It is literally you just showing up as you and then him pleasing you and you allowing, receiving, being in a secure place where you can receive his love and intimacy.
Well, good job, because you said a lot of things that I agree with, and a lot of things that kind of allude to what true divine masculine would do as well in relationship to that and how they coexist. I think the very first one for me is talking about the protective nature. Like it's as soon as I start to come into my true feelings for you and want to lead you in all aspects, the very first thing I think of is protection. And when I talk about protection, I'm not talking about just physical protection. I'm not talking about being weary of other men or desires in that way. I'm talking about emotional. I'm talking about protecting your heart, protecting all aspects of you. It just makes me feel the sense of importance to protect you as in a whole, not just physically. So I think emotional is where you really feel that pull for the protection, where I just want to ensure that you feel safe at all times, and that you feel restful, and that your mind can be less busy in a sense. You know, I mean, men and women are completely different in how we look about things, right? Women tend to, go dissect things a lot more than men do, and men are more black and white. So if there's ways that I can find that will ease you from having to deal with the daily things and such by, I'll lay awake at night and I'll be thinking of what can I do to make her life easier? What is it that I can bring to her that will allow her to feel restful and, to go throughout her day and not just feel like it's all on her shoulders, that I can be here to help take some of that burden away from her, and not that we have major burdens or anything like that, but the day to day, can be taxing at times. And so I literally try to think of different simple things that I can do that would just make it easy, simply as in charging your car for you, and ensuring that it's ready to go for you in the morning so you don't have to think about things like that, and taking the garbage out down to the curb. Just looking at ways that I can just simplify your life and stuff. And it just comes naturally. It's not that I'm trying to do these things because it's what I think you want. It's just because it's what I want to do to help your life be that better. Along with that, it really makes me want to be more goal-oriented as well. I really want to feel like I have this strong purpose now, and my purpose is changed from being an individual to being more family-oriented, wanting to set goals not only for you and I in a relationship, but we have kids that are involved in this relationship, and we both have kids coming into it, and blending them into a relationship is so important as well. You're not just in a relationship with one another, but you're in a relationship with everybody, and it's so important to set goals for that and to look at ways to not only better us, but how do I better us as a whole. So it really makes me strive for ideas and for our future and how that looks and what we can do together to build that and build that foundation of strength and moving forward, not just for, like I said, not just for you and I, but for each individual that's a part of our family. Also, as a divine masculine, you feel calm and peaceful. You recognize that your feelings are sharpened and you are more purpose driven, as I said before. But I think the key thing for me too is, in all of this, is to be humble. What I mean by that is no more delusions in your thought processes. You need to be humble to receive and get into your feelings so that you can be there and show up for your person at all times. It's key. As she already talked about in relationship to intimacy, for me, that's most strong that comes across is heightened senses. Like everything for me is just a lot more heightened, and I just feel like it's my desire. It becomes so much stronger to become a pleaser in this relationship. It's not about myself, it's about us together, but more related to me just wanting to make her happy in it and ensure her pleasure throughout the process.